Well, hello. This is Matthijs from Gaming, and yes, it's been a while. Yeah, I can explain it, and yes, my system broke down once more, and it's been fixed, of course. I have now I have now also updated the system, which is the 2080 Ti and 80 68K. Yeah, that one. And yeah, some new RAM, new motherboard. Yeah, so for some reason, my system has been shortcutted. Like there's something being wrong with the power. And the funny thing is, the game was already having problems in between. Like the system was not even on at the moment. It had not even power, and yet it still broke. So yeah, that was quite expensive, as you can imagine. And yeah, but it's been fixed and it's running yeah, surprisingly well, because for some reason the RGB is not willing to sync. And yeah, it is one huge issue with RGB these days. It's like they say it's all integrated, it's like everything works together. No, it's not. Like Asus has its own RGB, Corsair has its own RGB, and MSI has its own RGB, and it say it's working together, but it's not really, because all of those programs have their own utilities, and yeah, it's most of the time it's conflicting. But anyways, because this is like a space engineers video, and this is something I wanted to do a very long time. And so yeah, these are some, as you can see, they are basically all the same. They have the same yeah, how you say it, layout. Most of the layout is the same. So we go to the first one, and then you can note, okay, all the chips to just activate it at once. So this is just the main ship. It's the is it on? Oh, this is also one annoying thing, but it's the Populus, because it's a transport vessel for people. So I just did the name in Latin because I like it this way, and it will be on the shop. I'm not sure if this is like a final, but like I have like multiple iterations of the same ship, and the reason why I do this is because like making ships for that have a kind of a purpose is kind of hard. It takes more time than you can imagine, because like if you just see to this ship, it's not that big, it's not that like heavily detailed or something like that. Like a lot of ships do, but it's to make it work. Like now also the pressurization thing has been fixed. So, and I really want to pressurize my ship, and so yeah, you could just be in space and yeah, just breathe. that's the the most important thing. Like that's the thing I really wanted to have. So if why would you make that all over again if you could just do the same thing and just restyle the exterior and just keep most of the interior intact? So basically you have different versions of the same ship, and like this is a normal one, and this is like a Corvette, as you can see. And this was just a huge surprise for me, because I just realized that I could just change the front and then just put some glass into it. I was like, yeah, this could work as a Corvette as well. So this is like a thing I really just liked about the general design, and I will continue to try to like to do it. Like if I make another ship, I will reuse the basic lines of that ship to produce like multiple versions of it, and this way I can make up a fleet, and I just really like that idea. That's just personal, but yeah. So I will start with this one. I will just make a tour from the interior. A merge block and a connector, of course. If you see some words like different, but it's because like I'm Dutch, so you will see a lot of Dutch words, but yeah, you know what everything means, right? So this is a tour. Like you said, it's pressurized. Yeah, I really don't know why they don't have it like in a normal block instead of like I wish they have it like in this, but they still use the half blocks for the ventilation, and it's not a real deal. Like I can live without it, as you can see, but in some cases it would be more convenient if they would use like the normal ones, and then I could make the ships even more efficient, I guess. So we just come here to the most central place of the ship. We have a map bay, of course, and some cryopods. So, and of course these things, I always forget the name. These are gyroscopes. Buttons. So yeah, basically you can program the ship yourself if you want to, because I think you can also use it for multiplayer. I guess it's not that heavy on the PC. But yeah, so some protection. So come at the back, we can still do our reparation and like just maintenance. So yeah, but of course you won't have air here because it's not that important, and you don't want to have these big ones explode like the hydrogen cells and with air, because then yeah, your ship will be like damaged beyond repair. Like your ship is dead, and it's, especially in survival, it might not be worth it. So I will just skip this first, because otherwise we go to the front first. We have some fuel. We have, because it's a transport vessel, of course, and it's the Populus. So yeah, Populus it means like people, for the people, and that kind of thing. So it's like a transport vessel for civilians. You could call it a civilian class thing. So we have more batteries, some oxygen, and a cargo container. And underneath the ship there are more cargo containers, so most of the cargo is stored underneath, so the weight of the ship, like the is keeping low, like same thing you do with sports cars, basically. So go back, go to the bridge. Yeah, we have a lot of doors. It's to maintain air tightness and things like that. So we have the bridge. I'm not sure if I'm gonna replace this here like to this, but then again I need to replace the lights. Again, of course, some ventilation, some protection for glass, because yeah, view is nice. So yeah, this is just basically the plain ship. It's from the outside it looks bigger than it really is. Like it's, I think, a little bit over 80 meters in length. So, and I really like that. I really like the idea of having a big block ship, but just crammed in. You know, like that feeling. So it's just basic. It's just a very plain transport ship. So we go to our first, how do you say that, like iteration of the same ship. It looks a little bit different, but that's normal. That's the point. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make some changes, because I'm not very fond of the look of those things. But this is like the, yeah, I would call it the bigger version. It's still the same, it has a little bit more space. So as you can see, like I said in the start of the video, it's basically the same ship. But the only difference with this one is it feels more like a big tourbus. So I'm also not sure if I keep it this way. Maybe I will replace it to here or something like that. But you have like your view. Well, at least if you're in the front. So this is basically the biggest difference with the normal version. It has more seats. And it's like kind of the way they do it with cars in real life. At least these days. These days they use like the same platform, and they use the platform to build different cars, basically. So we've come to the Corvette. Like, you could just use this for all of these three. You can use it for planets and for other things. Still need to make some changes on this one as well. But yeah, you could use this. This is the Corvette version, so this is like have a little bit more. It's yeah, of course, more different than the other one. Okay. So instead of having the bridge here, we have the server room here. Well, I call it server room, but it's mostly batteries. A backup plan, a backup. You could still access the ship from here and yeah, control the ship, of course. Yeah, I really need a script for that, but. And we have the main. Yeah, we have the cockpit. We have the main bridge for the Corvette, and. Yeah, this is basically it. Like you could use the design in multiple ways, and I'm also not sure if I keep the color the same way. You could just paint it if you want to, but I like it minimal. That's just a personal thing of me. Like I'm very just minimal. I'm like if I color something like let's say purple, the next day I wanted green, and the next day I wanted blue. Like I'm a fast board of about yeah colors and stuff. So yeah. I don't think I will show the inside of the other one because the interior is basically the same. It's basically the same. There's no much to like the major difference between this Corvette and that Corvette is this one could do, like I said, it could enter in atmospheres and stuff, and this one is just merely for space. Oh, and I still need to delete those things. Oh. Yeah, I need to change a lot of it, but yeah, you get the picture. It's for the it's just for space. So if you're like, okay, I don't care that much for planets, or I just need a thing for yeah, just for space, then this one could be very useful, I guess. So yeah, like I said, there's no reason to do a tour of the interior because it's just this one. It's the same. And then we have the last one, which is like this is just like this is also the same, but like another iteration of the Corvette, but then with a lot of heavy armor. And I already tested it. I thought it would be like a brick, like just a tank or something, but it's not. The only problem I have with this thing is it's with braking, even though it has those massive engines on the front of it, and so yeah, but it's still more like it still maneuvers pretty well if you look to its to its weight and sorry. No, not really. So yeah, like I said, it's again the same, basically the same ship, but it's more, it weighs more. That's the basic. Like you could transfer VIPs to that was like the idea I had. Like, but yeah, it's the Populus Corvette. Okay, well, I need to rename this one, but yeah, that's basically it, right? This is the Populus, yeah, the Populus Corvette, and this must be also Populus Corvette, but then I guess VIP or something. Yeah, and this one has on the side a little bit more space to, yeah, maybe for maintenance and that kind of stuff. Yeah, you could use to close this off for some extra protection. All of the ships have the extra protection. So yeah, that's basically, yeah, there's not that much. Like I said, the basic of the ships are the same, exactly the same. And some people might say, okay, that might be boring, but on the other hand, this way it saves you a lot of time of making another layout for your ship and then build it. Like that's how I do things, and then design to make it functional first, and then design the things around it and make it more beautiful, aesthetically pleasing. And my goal was to make like I would say like a regular ship everyone could use, and yeah, that's the major point of the ship. Like I just want to make ships, enough ships, like so you could choose the way, yeah, the way you want to play it, or the one you like. And there are more coming. Like I'm not sure how many civilian transport ships I will make, because I also want to make some transport vessels, but then for like supplies and that kind of stuff. Maybe some grinders, and like it's gonna be all use the big blocks. So I think the only thing I still want is just planetary iteration of the ship only. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the Corvette version or the like this one, the standard version, because we already have at least the standard and 2 iterations of the Corvette. So I think I will make a extra version of this one, but then with those thrusters, these things. I am so bad with all the names, with the atmospheric thruster engines. So I think I will just do the same thing, but then here. And of course I don't need to pressurize the ship, since it's just for atmosphere only. So that could be interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. See you later, guys.